Lone Cowboy Adventures, where an ex-bull rider traded in his bull rope and his horse reins for the travels and adventures on a motorcycle. Joined with him is his beautiful Miss Linda. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. And as I always say hi to a stranger. You might make somebody's day. Hello, everybody. Last minute decision here. Lila Newton and Ohio Backroads. How you doing? Yeah, it's just me. Miss Linda is doing this. She's got the white spotted dog with her in bed. So we'll give it a few minutes and see if anybody else comes in. I don't know how long we'll be on here, but I went on a bike ride today, and I really enjoyed it. I haven't been on the bike for a couple of weeks. Linda Dobson, Elizabeth, how you doing? Good to see you. Yeah, I didn't take any cameras with me or anything, and I thought, well, I got back home. Cowboy Steve, what's going on? I actually went to Tractor Supply and Critter Creek. How you doing? I went to Tractor Supply and got some stuff for the canvas on the camper trailer that a local, I believe he's a subscriber, hooked me up with. So I went and bought a bottle of that. And then, excuse me. Man, I rode up to the post office, checked out my post office box. And then it was dark. I came on home, parked the bike in the shop, and it was a really, really windy day earlier. And when I went out to Tractor Supply, which was about 30 miles, 28 miles or so south of me where I'm at, I saw a lot of bikes out, and I should have been out earlier. But and thanks, Elizabeth. I saw a lot of bikes, and I wish I would have been out earlier, but that's the way it goes. I had a friend come over, and for a while, and then we messed around out in the shop and stuff, and then he left, and I came in the house, watched a little TV, and then I said, well, I'm gonna go to Tractor Supply. Yeah, Cowboy Steve, man, it's a good thing we don't get together, because, oh my gosh, the stories would fly, and the lies would fly too. But Miss Linda did our laundry today, and then she's vacuumed the whole house, and she just likes that kind of thing. So I don't know if you all saw what I saw this week, and I'll see if I can share it to you all here. Can you all see that? That was the first rainbow of the year. And you had your first premiere last night. I must have been looking at my eyelids, because we were I think we crashed early, because somebody called my phone about, I don't know what time it was, 11 o'clock. And I'll shut that one down. But I ended up calling them. I'd let them sleep in if they were up late. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Mark, how you doing? Yeah, I just figured I'd come on here for a little bit and let's start the week off right with a live, right? But I got to get up early, and I worked Saturday. But that rainbow, if y'all just saw it, it was up in Kansas, about oh hour or so south of Kansas City. Steve. And it'd been raining that day, and I thought first it was really faint, and I thought, well, that's a rainbow. And I kept watching and kept watching. Good one. I have seen that. That is a good one. But the other side of it kept developing more and more, and I looked over and I could see the end of the rainbow in one of those in a pasture. And I thought that was pretty cool. No, I didn't see a pot of gold or some little short dude trying to protect it. But yeah, I've seen that, Mark. That is a good western. Um, I really like Lonesome Dove. That is a good series too. But I figured since I went out on the bike and I didn't take any of the cameras or nothing, I just listened to some music and I I just kind of I guess just kind of taking a break. But we I think Tuesday afternoon through uh, Friday, I think we're supposed to have rain all week. It's supposed to be above freezing during the day, possibly a chance of some snowflakes, you know, probably right before sunrise, but I'll take the rain over the snow and the ice. I'm drinking water, y'all. Y'all see, I know I trimmed my stash. Oh, by the way, Mark, I'll be calling you because the end of this month, I'm planning on taking a road trip. Treasure Hunter, good to see you. How y'all doing? So, what's all everybody? What did everybody have a good weekend? Is what I want to know. Uh, we were kind of lazy. I worked yesterday. I got off work, came home, and was it Thursday? Yeah, Thursday after. Was it Thursday? No, let me think here. Friday afternoon, Thursday or Friday afternoon. I don't remember which day it was now. I worked 6 days this week. Uh, I bought a half a hog from 9 Acre Family Farms. Go check them out. And luckily the processor was only 4 miles to the east of a town that I stop at that has a small truck stop. Treasure Hunter, you might know where I'm talking about. Iola, Kansas. And I called the processor and asked him if he could bring it over to me. He said, "Sure, I can do that." So I went in, used the restroom, messed around for about 20 minutes or so, and here he showed up, paid him his money, and I had a half a hog sitting in the passenger seat. So I couldn't waste no time to get back. Um, so that worked out really good. I was gonna work Saturday anyway, and because he said that he could meet me on Saturday, so I called, left the guy a voicemail, and then when I got about 10 miles away, I called and he said, "Yeah." He says, "Where you at?" I said, "Well, I'll be there in about 10-15 minutes." He said, "Okay, no problem." So I had some pork sausage out of it this morning, and it was good. It was really good. So I've actually got some left over in the refrigerator, and really nice today in Texas. 82 degrees. You actually wore short pants. Yes, thank you, Elizabeth. Appreciate that. And Dale with 9 Acre Family Farms on Sundays does a devotional. It's if you're into that. If you're not, that's fine. Some days I need a little bit of inspiration. So. So yeah, this week I'm doing nothing but working. I'll probably work 6 days again, since I've got a couple of days that I'm gonna be trying to take off the end of this month. My gosh, I gotta flip my calendar over to March. Can you believe that? Hang on just a second. See if I can do this real quick. Look at that. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? That's an oldie. No, Mark, I don't have a Vespa on this calendar. So yeah, probably either I might try to take off the 31st if it's not full. If not, I'll probably have to wait until the 3rd of April. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, y'all. But Dale was really nice. I met him over at Fort Scott 2 weeks ago, I think it was, and really nice guy. Really nice guy. I wish I had more time that I could have sat and talked to him. But I think we talked for about 10 minutes, and I had to get on the road. Funny thing is, I was sitting there talking to him, and I had to go to the restroom. We were in a Walmart parking lot. You don't want to do that in a Walmart parking lot. Yeah, Melinda, I got a friend of mine that's 60, what is he, 65? And he's got a Harley, and his dad had a trike. And his dad told him to sell the Harley, and he would give him the trike. And he wouldn't do it. And I told him, I said, "Dude, you're in your 60s, you know? You've got knee problems as it is." Well, he didn't do it. They ended up selling the trike to somebody else. Now he regrets it. Have you seen the Tesla motorcycle? No, I have not. South Florida trying to make it to Sturgis. He must be going to try to do that in August on one charge, I wonder. I bet those things can scoot, those electric bikes. I've seen some of those videos with those electric bicycles. They run up to like 40, 45 mile an hour. So, but yeah, I'm gonna have to fill out a couple PTO forms and see if I can make it down there, uh, uh, Oklahoma City area, either the 1st of March or uh, the 31st. Usually, See, end of March, that's the end of the quarter. And usually at the end of the quarter, they have a limited amount of people that can take off work. So we will see what happens. I'll have to talk to my operations manager tomorrow when I get back. But I have been running down, I haven't been running the interstate. Oh, okay. So he must be doing it right now. Huh. I bet that electric motorcycle, I bet it's got a lot of torque. Hey, Carol, how you doing? I've seen you have David Mann posters in the background. I met him at at a rally in Charlotte, North Carolina. I just wish I had bought a picture from him then. Wow, and he died not long after that. They're having a motorcycle deal in Route 66 in Tulsa. I believe I sent you a link. I'll have to look for that, treasure hunter. There's one over there's a Route 66 rally. Let me go get the flyer. It's in the kitchen. Don't go anywhere, y'all. Because I just looked at it today. It better still be there. Miss Linda picked up the house, so it better still be. Hang on just a second. Look at the the pretty rainbow for a second, people. All right? Let me do that. Here you go. Look at the pretty rainbow. Well, it's gone. I don't know what she did with it. You know how it is, guys. You leave stuff laying around, and you know where it is until you go to look for it. She did something with it. It's probably in there on my nightstand. I don't know. So, sorry about that. Darn women. And then she'll say, well, you put it there. No, I didn't put it there. But there's a rally over there. There's a Route 66 rally. I can look at the map and tell you the town. It's the town just west of Bristow. Bristow? I don't know. What is it here? Hang on, people. I can tell you. Depew. There's a rally in Depew. It's a Route 66 rally. I believe it's the 24th of March, because April 21st I will be in Eureka Springs, Arkansas. Because that's the Peep. That's the what did I miss? That's when Adam Sandoval leaves Rogers, Arkansas from the Pig Trail Harley Davidson. So I'm planning on being down there. Carol, I have the same poster in my enclosed trailer. And the reason why I like this poster is because of the horse. and the Ghost Rider. That horse kind of it's not a Palomino, but it reminds me of my horse Tucker when he was around. Let's see here, what did I miss? Pepe Le Pew. What did I miss? Trip. I ain't got a trip. We used to do Little Sturgis Rally in Kentucky every year. Huh. I ain't got a trip on anything because Spotted Dog's in bed with Miss Linda. Eureka Springs, yeah, that's a it's a neat place. Couple of years we used to go Memorial Weekend with a friend of mine took me down there, and his grandparents lived down there south of Eureka Springs. I couldn't tell you what town it is, but uh he talked about, when he was a kid running around down there with his grandmother or something like that. That horse looks like a horse born in on your place in Georgia. uh yeah. It's funny because I've had some old memories come up with my horse and on Facebook. And it just, you know, it brings it back. It's like it was yesterday, kind of. Carol, if you know what founder is, he foundered twice. He got in first time he got into the sweet feed that I had for the calves, and second time was the same thing. He was too smart for his own good. He undid the latch in his stall that I had in the barn. I should have had a rope around his stall door, and I didn't. And that's all right, Carol. But yeah, I took him to the Mennonites down by Versailles, Missouri, which is southeast of Sedalia. It's about 2 hour drive from here. And he was 15 degrees rotated on his left and 13 on his right, something like that. Or 15 on the right and 13 on the left. And within 6-8 weeks, they had him. I was back on his back riding him, So if y'all that don't know anything about horses, they have like in their hoof they have a coffin bone, and the laminitis when they eat, it's kind of like diabetes. When they eat too much sugar, it breaks down the laminitis in between the coffin bone and the outside of the hoof, and it makes that coffin bone rotate down like this, which is pointing towards the ground, and it can actually break through the bottom sole of the hoof, which Tucker did on his right side, if I remember correctly. You couldn't see the bone, you could just see the outline. And yeah. So we had special shoes, special pads, special medicine in between the pad and the shoe, and lasted another 10 years, and it got to the point where he just couldn't get up and walk anymore. All he wanted to do was lay around, and I said, no, this is done. We're done. I still ride him only on short trips. No 40-mile rides anymore. Yeah. But he was my best friend. I was going through some hard times, and uh, he's a good listener. So, well, let's see here. Let's see if this is going to work tonight. And I think I said on another live that if anybody ever wants to call and leave a voicemail, you're welcome to sometime. But I'm only going to be on here for an hour because I've got to get up at 4 o'clock. I remember when we caught him outside his stall eating that sweet feed. Hey, Nick. Yeah. The first time I caught him, he was in the shop. He had come up through the alleyway and in the shop, and I opened that door and I heard him fart. He actually farted when I opened that door, and I said, "What in the world are you doing?" Yeah, it wasn't a good day. Oh yeah, and there was it's like he had 9 lives. Place I had him boarded up here, some pasture boarding, he jammed a fence post up underneath his cheek and cut himself real bad. Had to take him to the vet and have that taken care of. Had to put a drain tube and staples and antibiotics and oh my gosh. And then he had white in his eye when we figured out he poked his eye with a piece of wire. Some horses are so smart they're almost stupid. Actually, the horses are smart. It's the people that take care of them that are ignorant. Steven Sheets. That's a new name. How you doing, Steve? Oh, I remember you. Yeah. Okay. You're a new subscriber. How you doing tonight? What part of the country? Everybody welcome Steven Sheets. Go check him out. I think he's got one video, but he's, So sorry. I didn't know how much sugar. Oh, yeah. It's the grain, the corn. But yeah, I do miss having Miss Linda would just she would go crazy if I got another horse or something. But I'm done. I you know it's very expensive. You know I had a lot of fun on them, that's for sure. And the place I used to go ride down at Truman Lake, uh, they closed it down. The Corps of Engineers closed it because it wasn't being used enough, supposedly, or I don't know. And there was volunteers going in there and keeping it cleaned up. Uh, they actually had pens down there. You could camp right next to them and put your horses in there and feed and water them. And they had showers. They had a dump station, fresh water, trails. They had 26 or 30 miles of trails. I remember we rode 26, 28 miles one day and just had a blast. Of course, I was out of drinks when we got back. Lightning is very smart. I got separated from a group in Tennessee, and he found his way back to camp all on his own. I just gave him his head and let him find his way. Yeah, I don't know. I could just put the reins down on the saddle horn and do whatever. Didn't matter. But it was really, really rocky where I rode, so by the end of the day, he was pretty sore, especially after he, that found her. But that's why I had the other 2 mares. One mare, the paint mare, she was like a tank. She wanted to go all day. Those airplane bottles work great on trail rides. Oh, it was funny because we'd pack about, I don't know, 18 cold beverages in the saddlebags, and probably about 4, 5, 6 bottles of water and ice. There's a lady down here south of Kansas City, and she makes insulated saddlebags, and they work great. I mean, she can custom sew your name on the side or whatever. I've even got, I think I've still got a set of them there in the shop. But yeah, and she makes the horn bags to where you could, or even put on your leg. You can strap it on your leg or your thigh, and put a bottle there or on the horn bags or whatever. It's just amazing. I can't even remember I know her name, but I can't. She had a page, and I can't remember what she called it. I'd have to search for her here real quick. But it's all custom made stuff. I don't know, as far as I know. Okay, here it is. The bag hag horn and saddlebags on social media. It's she does a super job of making these things and selling them. See if I can find a set here and show you real quick. There's one of them right there. And these are insulated, like I said, and the front there where that pocket is, that's a bottle holder on each side. But she had a problem at one time with people ordering stuff and not following through. So I think what she probably does a deposit or whatever. It's not like the saddlebags you buy in the stores that just the water runs right through it. Well, let me turn this on just in case. I'll turn my desktop audio on there. So had a lot of good times, that's for sure. So yeah, the end of this month be Oklahoma City, and then April would be Rogers, Arkansas. Melinda, thanks for coming in. Have a good week, okay? Oh. That was one thing I wanted to do with the horses was take them out to the Rocky Mountains, out west somewhere, like the Black Hills and stuff. I know there's a stables out there. I've ridden past them on the bike, but I don't remember what they were called. I think it's a horse camp, basically. It's funny when you go by them trail rides, the tourists go trail ride one of them horses know those trails. Oh, thanks, Elizabeth. You found it. Yeah, she stays pretty busy. I think since the girls are in school, you know, she, I don't know. I haven't talked to her for quite a while. But Yeah, those horses on those trail rides, they know where they're going and what they're doing. You don't even have to steer the darn things. I think it'd be neat to go on one of them. It just because I wouldn't have to unsaddle the horse and put it in the trailer, bring it home. Yep. Thanks, Elizabeth. Appreciate it. It'd be kind of neat if she could. I don't know. I need to figure something out for the bike. I know they make them where the crash bar down here in front of the saddlebag or the hard bag they can make something to velcros on there or snaps on there. They make them in leather. Nick, you still in here? Are you working? You're probably not working yet, are you? Or tonight? Let me think here. I can't remember if you run Friday night or Sunday night. It looks like we're going to be fighting rain all week. But I guess we need the moisture. I wish I had a subscriber that was out in California. I'd like to know how the weather's doing out there with all the rain out there. Trail ride 200 miles from Bozell to Montgomery, Alabama. Wow. There was a man, this was 20, 30 years ago. I stayed in, is it Huntsville, Alabama? There's a space camp over there for the kids and a museum. Took the kids there on the way to Panama City one summer. That was pretty neat to see those rockets and stuff. Hey, Don. Wait a minute. Where'd they go? Somebody left. Where'd it go? Was that what was that, Elizabeth? Was that somebody said late for the live? Lots of high winds and rain. Did I? He must have retracted his message because I don't see it anymore. Yep. Okay. South Texas Trail Ride. What in the world's going on here? Oh, Carol's retracted it. I got my chat going on the phone too, so. Do this. I'll set it up here. Didn't say retracted on my chat here on the computer. But yeah, since I didn't do a video today and take my cameras or anything, the one thing I'm struggling with right now is I've got some wireless mics, but I'm glad you picked up that stuff. Oh, there, I know who you are now. Yeah. Thanks, Don. I appreciate it. Excuse me. Got an itch. You ever get an itch? There. Yeah, I rode the bike down there, Don, and I was gonna message you before I left, and thought, well, I couldn't remember if you lived out off I-70 Oak Grove or what. I didn't know if you was busy. I was gonna message you and maybe meet up for a cup of coffee or something. But I went into Tractor Supply and I grabbed that stuff, and I drank a Mountain Dew before I left the house, and so I had to use the restroom. And then I walked around looking at the boots, and they don't have a very good assortment of boots, work boots. And I might have to take a trip out to Higginsville, to Kleinschmidt's out there. Kleinschmidt's is a huge, huge Western store, and they have, I don't know how many boots they got. Work boots, dress boots, expensive boots. Yeah, you know, a lot of clothes, lots of Western clothes, dusters, home decor. Um, the guy, I think if I get this right, Don, if you know anything about him, the guy that owns the place, or the family that owned it, or that does own it, used to hunt and would collect taxidermy. And they have a huge, I think don't they have like a polar bear standing up on its hind legs when you walk in the door looking down at you or something? I don't remember. It's been a while since I've been out there. But it's big enough to get a big truck in. Well, I was right up the road from you, Don. I'm sorry. I uh I I 7291. Yeah. I some of the friends I follow on Facebook, they were down at a place called Knuckleheads. Knuckleheads it's a local bar that does concerts, and it's a neat place to go. I've never been there when they've been packed, but they have some pretty good food, and they have some very good venues as far as artists that come in there and play and sing. Usually on Sundays, I think, is like a blues night. They play blues in there on Sundays, open jam or something. I don't know. A friend of mine used to go in there. He probably still does. What was I talking about? I don't even remember. Oh, Kleinschmidt's, yeah. I used to go in there and buy my rodeo clothes and stuff. So yeah. But if I go in there to buy boots, I look in the back where the clearance rack is and see if they have my size. But if not, I'll have to. Oh, and they also sell riding gear for like motorcyclists. So yeah, Don, I had a friend of mine over here today, and we were looking at that canvas on that trailer and that, and um, I'm gonna have to get to work on it, because once I get the holes fixed, I'm going to Scotch guard everything, and then I'm gonna figure out a tarp to bring with me, because the top is kind of sagging down a little bit, so it's gonna collect water if it rains. So I'm gonna grab a tarp also, and carry with me. Excuse me. Hopefully it won't be raining, when I'm camping. Yeah. Let's see here. We got 11 in here now. Wow. Treasure hunter. Yeah. But I know some of you on here follow some other channels that follow Tom and Rhonda and that, and some of that stuff really kind of hit home with me this last day or two. And if y'all don't know Tom and Rhonda, they're in the process of losing Rhonda's father, and it's yeah, tarp is a good idea. Uh, it brings back bad memories for me, and it is what it is. But funny thing is, my mother and I were talking um, last week or this week. I don't remember what it was, and um, I mentioned she mentioned something about a obituary, and I said, "Well, Mom," I said, "why don't you write your own obituary? You know, instead of leaving it up to us to do it for you. You know, that's a good idea." So wouldn't that be something, to already write your own obituary, and your family members have to do is write the dates in? I mean, it would take a lot of responsibility off of your family members. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we're all going to go someday. It's just a matter of when we're called, to go. We don't live forever on this earth. That's for sure. So I guess I'm gonna have to write my own obituary and put it in the safe. I think Miss Linda's playing with the dog because he's in there barking. Yeah, Elizabeth, it's always tough, to see, family member or anybody really suffer. I mean, when it's my time to go, man, I want it to be like that. Um, I don't want to be on life support or anything like that. I just I don't know what they're doing in there. I just heard something go bump. Crazy dog. But cancer is a real. It's weird how I we had a coworker just a couple of weeks ago pass away, and he'd been on home hospice since Thanksgiving. But he was able to talk and stuff for a while. I mean, and it's just it's I don't know. It's tough to talk about. Brother called me today telling me he's mailing me a cremation authorization form for me to sign. Well, it's better to be prepared, than to. I mean, that's probably what I'm gonna have done, and it saves your families a lot of money if you go ahead and prearrange everything. And that's one thing I probably ought to check into is cremation. I mean, when we come from the earth as dust, we'll go back to the earth as dust. Our soul lives on. When that time comes, take me on a motorcycle ride and blow my ashes in the wind. Out in the mountains. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, he is a funeral director. That's awesome. Huh. I have to talk to my son. He sells insurance, and I wonder if there's any kind of uh insurance for, you know, I don't know, prearranged funerals or something like that. I don't know. I think about it because, you know, driving down the road, anybody can come across that center line, hit me head on, and bam, it's done, over with. We had that happen up in Omaha last year. One of our drivers, and very very good guy from what I understand. Him and his wife had, I think, 3 or 4 kids together. You know, and just instantly, it was a bad deal. I believe they were from Pella, Iowa. And been working there for a long time. From what I understand, a truck came across a median and was in the hammer lane. Truck in front of him moved over to the right to miss him, and he couldn't move over in time. They have it just read the fine print. Okay. Huh. But if I were to, cancer is a very ugly disease, and I just I told Linda, I said, if the doctors tell me, oh, well, you might have 6 weeks to live, and I said, don't be surprised if that day ever comes, I disappear. I'll be on the motorcycle running as hard as I can, just and as long as I can. You can come with me. And if that were to come, I probably wouldn't even tell anybody, I wouldn't want anybody feeling sorry for me and worrying and all that stuff. Man, that wind is still blowing. I can hear I have a flag out here, and yes, I have a light spotted on it, but uh it's really whipping. I can hear it. That's right. Elizabeth says you only live once. How's and I didn't see David on here at all this weekend, I don't think. I didn't get any notifications. I wonder if he was off this weekend. But it's custom shop. Uh I didn't know if he was trucking this morning or tonight, yesterday, or what. It was fun. It's funny because every time I go into his lives, I get a phone call, and then I have to back out of it. It's funny. I'll go in there and I'll say hi, how you doing? Hi, everybody. And then next thing you know, I get a phone call. See here. I wonder if Carol's still in here. Carol's still in here. I'm gonna do this real quick if I can find it. Here we go. Let's see here. Give me just a second, y'all. There. Maybe that'll work. But yeah, I just try to live every day by day and live the best life we can. Be the best person you can. It's taking a while to load here. Probably because I got other stuff going on. All right. There we go. Did it show it? It didn't. Didn't save it, did it? Let me just try this again, y'all. All right. There. That was my Tucker. And this was after he found her. Yes, I do have an Instagram. Excuse me. That let's see here. That little dog you see right there, that was our Pomeranian. Can y'all see that? That's our chicken house. That yellow building right there, that is our chicken house. And yeah. There's his feet. But I've got part of his mane on my handlebar on my motorcycle. Critter Creek. Yeah, I got a thumbs up from Critter Creek. You believe that? Okay. Thanks, Elizabeth. Oh, did I miss something? I've got an alert. Something there. I don't know. Maybe I didn't. Did I miss a call? Maybe not. February 24th. All right. Nope, I didn't miss a call. Well, y'all, it's been, what is it? 57 minutes. We'll stay on here for another 3, right? It's been fun. It's kind of boring live tonight, but sorry. Whoops, missed a comment. I was looking for the beer-proof saddlebags. Oh yeah, I'll have to find another picture. I'll tell you a story about this horse. Critter Creek, I think I already told you this story, but I had a 2-horse trailer when I first got him, and we went down to Berry Bend, Truman Lake, and I was down there with some friends. Hey, Beth. Named Princess? Yeah, her name was Tula. She would go horseback riding with me and my ex. But anyway, when I first got Tucker, I lived down in town, and I boarded him up north here. And I had a tent. Yeah, I should have just planned on sleeping in the pickup truck, but I took a tent and all that stuff, set it all up. I put 16 cold ones in the saddlebags, and I think maybe 2 or 3 bottles of water. Well, we got back, and I was so dehydrated because it was so hot, and the cold beverages were tasting, they were going down good. So we got back, and that horse walked right up to the side of that horse trailer and stopped. And I swung down off the horse, and I went right on the ground. And I looked up, and that horse turned around and looked down at the ground at me like, "What in the world is wrong with you, cowboy?" I got up, I went over to the picnic table. Well, first I grabbed about 4 bottles of water out of the cooler and sat there at the picnic table and just started drinking water. And finally, was feeling better, and I said, "The heck with this." I said, "We're going home." And took the saddle off, threw it in the trailer, and it was one of them trailers, 2-horse trailers, that the saddle went underneath the manger part, and I threw everything in the trailer, and I says, "We're going home." I was just dehydrated. I wasn't, and I drove home, and I think we pulled up to where I was boarding that horse, which was north of the airport. That was Dearborn at the time, and I fell asleep in the truck when I got back. And yeah, that was one of the best memories I had, that horse. He looked down at me like, "What in the world are you doing on the ground, cowboy?" So, yeah. Well, we'll leave it at that. Y'all have a good week, and that phone number there, feel free to call, leave voicemail, and my post office box is posted if y'all need to send anything. I don't know if there'll be anything else coming out this week. Maybe y'all can leave me a voicemail and talk Miss Linda into coming in on a live some night, Well, we'd have to do it on probably a Saturday, because she gets up way earlier than I do, and by the time I come home, she is beat. And I'm pretty tired myself after running 500 to 600 miles. So, anyway, everybody that's still in here, thanks for hanging in with me for over an hour. And sorry I didn't get a video of the ride today. It was beautiful. The sunset was beautiful, And later, man. Thanks for the live. Thanks, Mickey. Appreciate it. And y'all are out and about this week. Say hi to a stranger, will you? And thank a veteran. Welcome to Lone Cowboy Adventures, where an ex-bull rider traded in his bull rope and his horse reins for the travels and adventures on a motorcycle. Joined with him is his beautiful Miss Linda. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. And as I always say hi to a stranger. You might make somebody's day.